So, I'm 8 years old, staring down at the marshmallow top sweet potatoes in front of me. I'm in the booming metropolis of Lawrence, Kansas. It's Thanksgiving, and my mind is about to be blown by Blaine Sampson. Now, if you don't know who Blaine Sampson is, I'm not shocked. Blaine was one of my dad's fellow coworkers, a die-hard Jayhawk fan, a golfer, but more importantly, at least to this story, a magician. Now, the plates were cleared, my mom's eggnog was spiked, and we sat across from the table, our eyes fixated on Blaine Sampson. He was holding a pack of 52 playing cards in his left hand, and he simply posed the question to me. He said, "Ben," that's me, he said, "Ben, red or black?" Which was a cue to me to guess the color of the card that he had face down in his hand. Now, of course, I had no idea. My parents had no idea. 50-50 chance, a guess. But whenever he presented the card and I thought it was a red card, I said red, and he dealt that card in the designated red pile. And whenever he showed a card and I just had a gut reaction, it was a black, I said black, and he put it in the black pile. 52 questions later, all the cards were separated into two respective piles, once again, by my choosing. And we hovered over that table with faded breath. We looked at the cards with laser vision, trying to fight back the self-induced tryptophan coma. And Blaine slowly but surely turned those piles over and revealed they had been perfectly separated into all reds and all blacks. To say we were fooled was an understatement. We hadn't the slightest clue. We were just dumbfounded by paper. So if I had to pinpoint a moment in time when my fascination of magic began, that's it. Jaw open, brain in a blender. And then ultimately denied by Mr. Sampson when I asked the question, "How did you do that?" Which is actually a question that I'm asked pretty frequently nowadays. Fast forward 17 years, I'm 25 years old, I do magic full time. And that is definitely, how did you do that? One of those questions that's in my frequently asked questions. My FAQs for you tech people. And in addition to other questions, such as, "Ben, how high can you levitate? Do you know David Blaine? Why is Chris Angel's shirt always off? Can you make my wife disappear?" And other comments like this, oh, you're the magician. Oh, well, I better keep an eye on my wallet. Which I don't even understand. I mean, since when did the guy known for pulling a rabbit out of a hat become associated with theft? I don't get it. But probably the question that I'm most often asked is this: "Ben, so you're a magician. Okay. Yeah, but what do you really do?" Well, I'd like to show you. We'll use something very simple. Using this, a piece of rope, no trapdoors, no secret passageways, no wires, no magnets. Sir, right here, check that out for me, sir. Make sure it is what it is, just a piece of rope. Doesn't come apart, you can tug on it all you want. Is it good? Toss it back to me on the count of 3. Thank you. Your timing's impeccable, sir. Fantastic. We're also going to use this. This is a 24-karat solid gold ring. Chrome-plated, so the gold doesn't tarnish. And I'd like to please give a round of applause for my friend Adele. She's going to help me out for this one. Yeah. Can you hang on to that, Adele? Examine it. Make sure it doesn't come apart. It's a solid ring. You can pull on it. It's good? Okay, that's good. There we go. Okay, this is actually what we're going to do here. Very simple, very simple. I'm going to take the ring, I'm going to take the rope, and I'll tie a knot at the top of the ring like so. And the question is this: how do I remove the ring off the rope without untying the knot? Scissors? Okay. I'm glad you're here. It does seem impossible, right? Unless you come at the top, you give a bit of a twist. Adele, can you hang on to the ring for me? Sure. Hands of a surgeon melts right off. Give a round of applause right there. I'll take that. You can actually reverse the actions. You take the ring, you take the rope, you find a spot past the knot, and you toss, boop, right back on. That's me making that noise, by the way. Crazy. But I think, I don't know who said it, scissors guy, you actually had the best way. That is the most efficient way to remove the ring off the rope. Adele, can you hang on to the ring? Fantastic. I have some right here. Scissors for this man. Check this out. And snip. And that's how you remove the ring off the rope. Please calm down, everybody. Calm down. I'll take that from you. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, you know what? He didn't really cut that too evenly. Odell, would you be so kind? Would you blow on the ends, please? Sure. That was spit. Thank you so much. Okay. I appreciate the enthusiasm there. Hang on. All you have to do is let it air dry. Back to one piece. Now, for those of you in the back who can't see this, come earlier next time. I don't know this. But we'll do it again. Actually, take my fingers like this, and I can cut rope with fingers, kind of a strange thing. And what you want to do is you grab one of those ends, you come back, and you just go, it goes back to one piece, just like so. Crazy. But we'll do it again. In fact, we're going to isolate the ends. Okay, Adele? Watch the ends. Watch the ends. I'll do something right here. Don't blink. Oop. Okay. Not exactly what I was going for here. Now I have this kind of loop deal. Would you be so kind just to say stop? Stop. Right here. You take the loop, you take the ends, you put the ends back on the rope. Whoa, that just happened. Yes. All right. We'll do it one more time. Adele, you got to watch me closely now. There are the ends. There are the ends. No doubt about it. The ends go in the pocket. Like this. Both of them. For real. Except for this one or that one. And the middle's in the pocket. And that's the rope routine. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Adele. Thank you. Just 10 years of my life. That's all that is. Yeah. Oh. So back to that question. What do you really do? Well, one of the themes of the talks that's been circulating around today is the relationship between simplicity and complexity. And as a magician, we deal with that dynamic relationship all the time. It's at the forefront of our brains. Because one of our jobs is to conceal a hidden complexity, but present simplicity. The ring is off the rope. The ring is on the rope is cut, the rope is restored. Miracles. That's how that works. And it's hard to imagine how that works. But it's very fun. It's very fun to do that. And there's a lot of ways you can make that happen. Our job is to essentially employ different techniques of ruse and subterfuge and structure them in such a way that it creates an overall desirable effect in the eyes of the audience. And there's many ways of doing that. Magicians employ sleight of hand, apparatus, psychology, showmanship, misdirection, technique. And technique is a biggie if you're a close-up sleight of hand magician like myself, where that style of magic breeds intimacy. And the secrecy is right on the sleeve. It's right there in front of you. That's the style of magic that I love. And I would equate practicing sleight of hand magic to a musician mastering his instrument. Just as a piano player sits on the bench and practices the scales, so does a magician stand in front of a mirror and practice a sleight of hand move for hours on end until it's invisible. And as opposed to a musician who can appreciate the sound of his own music, a magician has to rely on an audience. There's no magic otherwise. Even though I love practicing, it's hard for me to maintain that level of enthusiasm when I'm standing in front of my mirror and talking to myself and saying, oh, how did that happen? Do it again. So we practice, and you know what? We have other magic buddies. So I call upon my fellow magi, and I say, yo, bro, let's get together and jam. And we love to practice. Why? Because we want to create the best possible effect for our audience. We do, and I think magicians are at the forefront of the performing arts when it comes to empathizing with an audience. We are constantly putting ourselves in your shoes, thinking, what are they going to see? Does our storyline make sense? What's the desired effect? Well, how do I want my audience to feel after I'm done performing? These are complex issues that a magician tries to address in the most simplistic platform possible. Conceal complexity, reveal simplicity. Now, in the magic industry, I'm pretty privileged to know some great thinkers in magic. And it's pretty amazing that some of the people you really look forward to meeting and talking to, the celebs of the magic world, they become your closest friends. And I'm very privileged to know a man named Yvonne Amodei. And Yvonne lives in Somas, California. And when he's not on his lemon ranch, he is performing a one-man magic show inside the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Los Angeles, California. It's an intimate show. The show is called Intimate Illusions. It's 90 minutes long. The audience is capped at 65 people. It takes place inside of a luxury European salon. He is dressed to the nines. He is accompanied by a concert cellist who sometimes accompanies Celine Dion. Booyah. It's amazing. It's an amazing show. It's incredible. It's artistic. That is the way I want magic to be presented, in that beautiful artistic atmosphere. And I love to share a conversation with Yvonne over the phone. We talk about technique and psychology and theory of magic. And one of these conversations went like this. Hey, Ben, it's Yvonne. I was thinking about magic, as I often do. And this just hit me. Check this out. Magic is like a duck. To which I responded, you want to run that by me again? What? I think I lost you, Chief. Why don't you explain that one? He said, well, he went on to say that, imagine a duck swimming across a pond. On the surface, graceful, elegant, flawless, simple. What you don't see are those little feet kicking underneath the water, trying to get to the other side. The duck presents this graceful, elegant look, but it's concealing that he's working like heck to get across to the pond. Now, for those of you who didn't fully grasp my mallard illusion, I want to borrow something. Does anybody have an iPhone? An iPhone? Oh, whoa, okay, all right. Sorry, bro. So here's the deal. This is amazing. Isn't this slick? I mean, man, you could do anything with this thing. It's like contemporary magic wand. You wield all this power. You're good, don't worry. She's like, don't do that ever again. Don't do that. No. And Arthur C. Clarke once said that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. It's amazing. I mean, if you don't know what the day is, boom, now you know. If you want to learn how to dice up an onion, boom, watch this video. Bam. If you want to tell all your friends that you just ate a Jolly Rancher, boom, now they know. They know now. Everyone knows. It's incredible. It's amazing. And I think that, just the design, the engineering, the very simplistic graphical user interface, I think that when Steve Jobs was designing this phone, he thought in terms of being a magician. He thought simplicity. He empathized with his end user. He said, how are they going to react with this? How's the best way I can present this? What's the most simplistic way I can showcase this? And that's what he did. And I think Steve really summed up the best by saying in Smithsonian Magazine, there was a quote that he said, in terms of running the business, the advertising campaign, the product design, it all comes down to this. Let's keep it simple. Really simple. That's what we're going to do. I noticed you had a nice case on this phone. Yeah, a little bit of a, but you know what? I'm a little concerned with the screen. It's always could be a boo-boo right there. So what I want to do is I want to make you a more comprehensive case for your phone. A little gift from me to you. I really appreciate. So I spare no expense. Right here. We're going to keep it simple right now. Balloon. Borrowed phone. Got to find the sweet spot, which is right there. Can you hear me now? That is engineered to protect. And when you walk around today, you better take that back. You can showcase that to all your friends. Crazy. But I'll tell you this. In conclusion, here are my thoughts. This is it. After studying sleight of hand magic for about 10 years, which is not a long time, but I made the following conclusion. The secret of a great trick isn't the method. The method behind the magic oftentimes is unattractive and disappointing. And the real artistry in magic, the beauty of magic, lies in the artistry behind the scenes. That's why most people respond in the negative when you say, "You want to know how it's done?" No, don't tell me. I don't want to know. That would ruin it. It would. The real power, the beauty of magic lies in the artistry behind the scenes. It's that human connection you make with somebody. It's that emotional investment. Magic is not about tricks, it's about people. And as Eric Mead, a magician from Aspen, Colorado, once said, he said, look, magic is not about tricks. It's not about solving puzzles. It's about not knowing and not understanding and having a little bit of mystery in the world. And I think that columnist Chris Jones from Esquire magazine might have said it the best. He's not even a magician. But he said, the value of a real trick is how much it stokes the battle between your head and your heart, and how badly you want your heart to win. Now, later years, I found that the trick that Blaine Sampson showed me was not called Red and Black. It was called Out of This World, invented in 1942 by a magician named Paul Curry. Paul Curry was 25. I'm 25 right now. And I'll say this, if Paul chose not to print that material, to write up that routine, to resonate with some folks and to share his ideas, I wouldn't be here today. So I want to thank Paul, and I want to thank you for your time, and I want to say this, think like a magician and keep it simple. Thank you so much.